Hi guys, this is Joe Kelly. Today we're going to be talking about what makes a great self-tape. So, when I listen to actors and the way that the self-tapes are happening, the biggest thing that I'm hearing is the struggle that goes with it, right? So it's people feel like they have to be relaxed, they have to be confident, they have to be talented, they have to do like a strong start, absolutely, because if you don't have a strong start, you can't hook them in. I'm reading because the list of advice out there is endless. Um, and everyone right now is giving advice on self tapes because that's mostly what there is and probably what there's going to be for the future. So people are talking about that your tech needs to be good, your light needs to be good, your sound needs to be good, your backdrop needs to be good, your camera needs to be good. So it's a lot of things out there to do. Like then when it comes to your performance, it has to be this or that. You have to present the scene really well. Again, that's all the recipes for successful self tapes out there. You have to be confident. You have to do the scene right. You have to provide good acting. You really have to know your lines really well. And then the last struggle is once you've done all of those takes, you got to choose the right one and send that one. So a lot of people are really in a place of struggle with the self tapes, and it's new, so it comes with the things that are new. But basically, it feels like when you have a self tape coming in, it's great news because you have a self tape coming in, and at the same time, it's like there's so much to do. It's such a big struggle. There's so many things to think of. Like you have to be the crew and the actor and the director and everything all together. And so at the end of the day, you're not present, and if you're not present, well, you're not there, literally, right? And if you're not there, well, there's no one on your self tape. And that, it might sound like I'm being silly, but I'm not being silly. So I'll say it again. If you're taking care of all of those things, and if you're worried about all of those things, you cannot be present. And if you're not present, like fully alive in the moment, you're not there. And if you're not there, there is no one on that self tape. So the casting director will receive a self tape that will look amazing. The sound will be amazing, the backdrop, the props, the light, whatever it is that you're doing. And they will have no human being in there. They'll have no character. So, what I want us to look at today is maybe you've caught yourself doing that. Maybe you've caught yourself, in that endless struggle with self tapes. And usually what I see that actors are doing is if it doesn't work and if you're caught up in that struggle, you're going to work even harder at it, and you might hire or go or book a professional self-tape place to go and do your tapes. You might try to just do more and work harder altogether, and only to realize that when you do that, you get to an even worse experience during your self tape, and your booking ratio goes further down. So, what is it that you do, right? If all of that doesn't work for you, what is it that you do? Well, in order for us to get to the what do you do, let's first look at why actually you're struggling with your self tapes, because the struggle that you're feeling with the self tape is not the actual problem. It's just a consequence of the problem, which it usually is usually a root cause of what you're experiencing, and the experience is just a symptom of it. So let's look at the root cause. The bigger you're going to have an opportunity for a self tape, for a role, for a job, actually, even the bigger the struggle will be, the smaller you will be, and the less your instinct will show up. And I can see that, in the community of actors that I'm in, is that if you have like a small thing to tape that doesn't matter, you'll kind of be present. And again, the bigger the opportunity, the bigger the role, the more you'll shrink. So what is actually happening, and why that is happening, is that your main ingredient, your raw material, you, your instinct, your capacity to be fully present, fully alive, no matter how you feel, is usually out the window. And why is it usually out the window? Because you have blocks, you have a programming, a wiring, a conditioning that is blocking you from accessing that. So you've been raised and conditioned in order to do things right, to be good, to learn from the outside. So since that is how you've been raised, that's how you've been formatted and programmed and wired, well, that's what you do. That's what your body, your instrument, your brain is knowing how to do. And it has forgotten, it literally has forgotten how to be present, how to be instinctive, how to be full stop, how to be human, how to be free. All of that mean the same thing. How to be human, how to be instinctive, how to be present. All of those words should be coming automatically after the word be. But because you have been trained to behave, you have been trained to behave with learned behaviors, you've in a way been trained to act. And that's not what a casting director is looking for in a tape. They're not looking for a good actor. They're looking for someone's capacity to be there unapologetically. Yes, I think I said it. God, sometimes it just comes out, no problem. And then sometimes I just get stuck with it. So I'm stuck with it. Unapologetically. Woo-hoo-hoo! It came out. You've been trained to, to do things right, to try to be good. Well, that's what you're good at doing, but that's not what people are looking for. The casting directors are looking for you to be 100% you. And so when you are 100% you, when you've worked through your blocks, through that programming that prevents you from being the full version of yourself, the true version of yourself, the instinctive, fully alive, free version of yourself, well, then you start oozing energy. Then you start becoming magnetic. Then casting directors want you. They will make things happen for you. They will change roles. They will change characters' descriptions in order to get you. They will sign you before the callback. Literally, that's what people are reporting back. Before you walk out of the lot, you'll get your call from your agent saying, "Oh my God, they love you," because the energy that is constantly flowing through you when you have the capacity to be fully you is the one you had when you were a child. That's why kids are so magnetic, because when they haven't been programmed yet, they are so fully themselves, never thinking about, am I doing this right? Are they going to like me? Is this what they're looking for? When your energy is there, it's not here. It's not present during your self-tape. You're not actually present with the character even. You're not being busy with their needs, which is what you should be doing if you're present. You're busy with your ego and with doing it right and trying to control the future and the result. And none of that is interesting to a casting director. None of it. Not even to you. The experience is yucky. So in order for you to get to a place where you work through your blocks and you can uncover that freedom that's always there, that uniqueness, you really want to take the time to do that seriously, because it is going to affect everything you do. Your self-tapes, your auditions, your acting in general, and by the way, your life, right? Because people who are doing this work are reporting healing and feeling incredible and having their relationships work, everything. So if this makes any sense, let us know if you want to do this work. I'll put a free training, how to start trying to be a good actor so you have a chance at being great. I will also let you know that we're still, even though COVID is kind of out the picture, I mean, it's not out the picture at all, but people are going out again and productions are starting. We're still supporting actors during this COVID with a BOGO offer so that you can join at 50%. And if you need to find a friend, let us know and we'll help you out. So post your questions in the comments and let us know if you're interested to do this work so that we can send you the information. All right. Thank you guys. Bye. So if you're interested in this, and if this makes sense, if you want to do this work, you can get on our wait list. You click the link below, and as soon as we open enrollment, we'll let you know.